What do tires,
restaurant ratings,
and one of the world's oldest trademarks have in common?
Find out next on Sarah's Wiki Corner podcast.
It is 4:17, time for Sarah's Wiki Corner. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
What are we learning about today on your Wiki Corner?
Well, it was 135 years ago today that Michelin was founded.
The tire company.
The tire company, yes.
Okay.
So in 1889, two brothers, Edward and Andre Michelin, they ran a farm implement business in France.
Oh.
One day, a cyclist whose pneumatic tire needed repair turned up at their factory. The tire was glued to the rim, and it took over 3 hours to remove and repair the tire, which then needed to be left overnight to dry. Now, imagine if that's what it took to change a flat tire today.
That's
that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Now, Edward Michelin took a personal interest in the issue and ended up creating a detachable tire to eliminate the many hours required for gluing and drying. With his ingenious system, it took only 15 minutes to repair a flat tire.
Oh my gosh.
The modern tire was born and quickly proved itself. In 1891, Michelin took out its first patent for a removable pneumatic tire, which was used to win the world's first long-distance cycle race that same year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they had an idea. They thought, we're going to turn this into a business.
They did.
Make some money.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the Michelin Man, with their logo, yes. Yeah. He has an actual name, and it's Bibendum.
Bibendum?
Bibendum.
How do you spell it?
Bibendum. Bibendum.
Bibendum.
Yeah. Now, he was introduced in 1898. In 1894, Edward and Andre were at the Universal and Colonial Exposition in Lyon, France, when one of them noticed that if you added arms and legs to the pile of tires they were showcasing, it would kind of look like a person. So a few years later, with the contribution of a cartoonist, the Michelin Man was born. Yes. In early ads, he was a mummy-like figure and was often seen raising a glass in his ads with the Latin phrase that means, now is the time to drink, because the goblet was filled with nails and broken glass, which was meant to be indicative of how tough and hardy Michelin tires were and that they would not puncture easily.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot in that.
There was, yes.
Holy cow.
Now, there's a reason why the Michelin Man is white. Tires nowadays are black, obviously.
Never thought about that.
Rubber tires were originally gray, white, or light or translucent beige. In 1912, they became black when carbon was added to them as a preservative and strengthener.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, today, the Michelin Man is one of the world's most recognized trademarks, representing Michelin in over 150 countries. He's also one of the world's oldest trademarks, still in active use. According to Michelin, a study showed that 90% of the world's population could instantly recognize him.
You're kidding me. 90%?
90%,
Would you have been, before you sat down to research the Wiki Corner, weeks ago, I assume.
Earlier this afternoon.
Would you have known that was the Michelin Man?
Yeah, of course.
You did? Okay, you did.
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
I'm just checking. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, have you ever wondered, you know how they award like fancy restaurants Michelin stars?
I've heard this, yes.
Did you ever wonder if that is the same as a tire company?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, turns out it is. So in 1900, there were fewer than 3,000 cars on the roads of France. So to increase the demand for cars and accordingly tires,
sure,
the Michelin brothers published a guide for French motorists, their very first Michelin guide.
Wow.
Nearly 35,000 copies of this first free edition of the guide were distributed, and it provided information to motorists like maps, tire repair and replacement instructions, car mechanics listings, hotels, and gas stations all throughout France. The Michelins distributed their guide for free until 1920, when they initiated a fee of 7 francs for the booklet.
All right.
They introduced the concept of using a Michelin star to rank restaurants in 1926. 5 years later, they expanded the ratings from a single available star to a range of star ratings that tops out at 3.
So it started out just 1 star.
Yes.
So if you had a star, you had a star.
That's right.
Now it's
3 is the top.
star.
Yeah.
But you can do a 2-star or 1
yes,
star.
you can.
But if you have any stars,
it's a pretty big deal.
It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Today, the Michelin Guides and the Michelin Star system represent some of the highest honors in fine dining circles.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So Michelin developed and patented a key innovation in tire history in 1946.
You have my attention.
The radial tire.
The radial
The radial tire. This tire was a real breakthrough thanks to its exceptional performance. It had incredible longevity. It lasted 2 to 4 times longer than a conventional tire at the time.
Like this.
A greater safety and reduced vehicle fuel consumption.
All right.
Michelin owned the leading automaker Citroën, so it was quickly able to introduce its new design, successfully exploiting this technological innovation to become one of the world's leading tire manufacturers.
Citroën, by the way, makes some of the world's ugliest cars. Absolutely ugliest. But
Great
also,
tires, though.
But state-of-the-art weird equipment on them.
Really?
Like suspension systems and things like that, and, computer systems that were ahead of their time.
Do they still make them today or no?
They do, and they're still
And they're
hideous.
still ugly? Okay.
Still ugly.
Okay. So today, Michelin manufactures tires for space shuttles, aircraft, cars, heavy equipment, motorcycles, and bicycles. And they're the largest tire manufacturer in the world by sales, with 15.1% of the global market share.
You think about it. You want to get into business, you want to make something. Tires are fantastic because just think every car has 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
They need to replace them every 50,000 miles. Trucks have 18 of them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're everywhere. Bikes have them. Like you said, they are everywhere.
Yeah. Good business to be in.
Good business. That's it? You're done?
Yes.
Oh, I thought there was more.
Nope.
No, that's it?
That's it.
Well, let's wonder. We don't need any more? I just thought there was more because you're still holding your paper. Usually you put it down when you're finished.
Well, there's a bug over here, so I'm trying not to.
There's a bug
There's
over
a
there?
bug crawling over here, and I'm trying not to
Oh, it's getting
put
close.
paper on it. I know.
Okay. You picked out a record to go along with the Michelin Man, did you?
I did. So we're going to play Spinning Wheel by Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
I get it. Sarah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right,
Was that on the air just then?
No, the sound was off.
Oh.
But now we're back on the podcast here. The podcast alone. What are you going to do to the bug?
I don't know. It keeps crawling closer, ever closer, and I don't know.
Do you need a? Oh, we don't. Oh, there's a box of Kleenex right there. You can get a Kleenex, and you could
Should I kill
get the
it?
bug. Is it a
just
spider? What is that thing?
I don't know.
Just get it. Oh, smushed it right in front of
You know
you.
what we need is ladybugs.
Well, we do need ladybugs. Call our friends at Ladybugs. They will come and they will exterminate whatever's bugging you.
Oh, I just made that basket.
Did you really?
I
With
did.
a bug in and everything?
Pretty good.
Not bad. Not bad. Ladybug doesn't kill the bugs that way, though.
No.
They spray the bugs.
They don't
all
take a
around your
tissue
house.
and just kill all the bugs in your house. Wouldn't that be funny if they did that?
Not that they wouldn't, because they're all about customer service. But
I mean,
yeah, this button wasn't working, which is my dinger.
oh, that's your dinger?
Well, the remote button was working. I had to press from the instant replay machine over here.
Did that throw you off?
Yes, it actually did. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. Michelin introduced their Michelin guides as a way to increase the demand for cars. Hey,
Isn't that kind of an ingenious idea?
Yeah,
like-
it's a great idea. They were
To start
They
to,
were thinking,
I mean,
give them places to go in their cars.
yeah, exactly. And then they would need more tires more often.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's perfect. Perfect
Genius.
idea. So, I when you were talking about the color of tires, I never thought about that the Michelin Man is white and tires are black. But what I did, hang on, I got to switch this button on accidentally. I think if I think back to my first bike when I was a kid, I think the tires were white.
How old was that bike?
Well,
Because again,
That
it was
bike-
1912 when the black was added.
okay,
so.
well, it's not that old, but I think the bike, if I'm not mistaken, belonged to my dad when he was a kid. So my dad was
Oh.
born in 1941 still.
Okay.
He's it's not like 150.
Yeah, right.
1941. So he would have got the bike if the story's true. He would have got the bike probably like 1946, 1947. I swear the tires were white. It was a red bike.
Cool.
I think it had white tires.
Yeah.
There's no way I'll have a picture of that bike, but I'm curious now.
Yeah. You should ask your parents about it.
I should.
Would they remember?
I don't know. I don't know. Parents don't remember the same things kids remember.
No. That's true.
Like, what was my first bike? I don't know.
Oh.
Then I got a BMX bike, and that bike had
Whoa.
red tires.
BMX bike.
Red tires.
Wow. Did you
Red
do any tricks on it?
Tires. No.
Oh.
Over ramps, like every young boy does.
Over ramps?
You build ramps. You jump.
You built ramps and jumped over it on your bike?
Of course. That's what young
The
men
boys
do.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how you become a man.
Okay.
You do some bike jumps on your BMX.
I wasn't a very good
You kept falling off your bike, you
bike
say.
rider. No, I wasn't. I'm still not good. That's why we have a. That's why we've got the tandem bike,
right.
because then I don't have to do anything but pedal, which is nice.
You were the rear admiral, so you're just on the back.
Exactly. I just hang on to the handles.
All right, stand by. We go back to the Wiki corner. Legends 1027, the biggest hits in the history of the world. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. It's Spinning Wheels. Sarah, do remind us, why did we just play that record?
Well, because we were talking about Michelin.
Yes.
Which was founded 135 years ago today.
That's a long, rich history of tires and such. Let's recap 3 things we must take away from today's Wiki Corner. Are you ready?
Ready.
Go.
Okay, the Michelin man's real name is Bibendum.
Michelin introduced their Michelin guides as a way to increase the demand for cars.
And Michelin is the largest tire manufacturer in the world by sales.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever owned Michelin tires on my car.
No.
I've ever done Michelin. Yeah. Bruce over at JC Automotive, he always recommends the tires that are, there's rebate on or whatever. I don't think I've ever been a Michelin tire on my car, though. Interesting. Well, or not interesting. I don't know. Folks want to learn more about Michelin, Sarah. Where do they go? What do they do?
Well, you can go to my Wiki blog. If you go to legends1027.com, on the homepage, there's a link that takes you to my blog where I post everything I talk about every day.
It is all there. Please go check it out, folks. Wonderful. You back tomorrow, fresh episodes?
I sure am.
At 4:10 live on this radio station.
That's right.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Sarah. John Mellencamp on the way, the Bee Gees, and a whole lot more on Legends 1027. Legendary Drive at 5. Don't forget, at the top of the hour.
Luxurious Karastan flooring is the footing